Avast, mateys, and welcome back to Skies of Arcadia. Before us lies the treacherous dark rift, blocking our path to the eastern skies, and we're going to sail straight through it. It looks like we can get inside the dark rift through here. Enrique, you ready? Yes, I'm ready. I don't suppose I have much of a choice at this point. We must get through the dark rift, no matter what. Don't mind me, I'll be fine. This is neither the time nor the place to be complaining about air sickness. So no one has ever successfully managed to sail through the dark rift. All the ships that have tried have either been blown away by the Maelstrom or sucked in never to return. But it is rumoured from the survivors that if we manage to get inside, then it's similar to a hurricane and there's an eye that's calm in the centre. So welcome to the inside of a dark rift. And of course there's enemies in here, because there's always going to be enemies. And even though we are inside the dark rift, which is the most deadly part of this entire world, we'll still just go out on the deck to fight them. Right, looks like we got a back attack, that's good. So let's just power up and do a rain of swords. And just in case, throw out a delta shield. And also just a shield, why not?
May righteousness be our shield, shield of justice.
Just in case they go before Vise. So with these two shields up, we'll take half damage and no magic will work against us. But it's a mute point anyway because we got the Rain of Swords out. It's probably a bit of an overkill, but we may as well do it.
We did it!
If you get a back attack, then you may as well take advantage of it and throw out a Rain of Swords. Right, so at the moment we're only learning magic from green and silver, because I want to try and get Ryslem and Sakrulan as soon as possible. So let's talk about the main gimmick of the Dark Rift. So if we look ahead of us, we can see that vortex has a red glow to it, which means it leads back out to where we just were, to the red skies. Similar to this one, this is also going to lead us back to the entrance. So this is a map, or sorry, a maze, and if you go the wrong direction, then you'll end up back at the start. And if we go down here, we can see that this one doesn't have a red glow on it, so this will take us further into the Dark Rift. But we won't be going through that vortex, we'll be going back there later. For now, let's go and check out the derelict airships that tried and failed to travel through. And we received a Mage's Seed. So we can pick up some extra items from all of these derelict ships that failed to traverse the Dark Rift. All these crews' lives won't be lost in vain, at least we'll make good use of our equipment. So this is definitely the most unique dungeon of the game. And we received some moss armor. We'll be giving that to Fina. So you may have noticed that with this dungeon we're actually travelling through on the Delphinius, rather than going in on foot, since this is a massive area. Right, let's use the Mage's Seed, let's give Fina some extra mana. We have 6 chams on us, but we need 12 to level up Cupel again. So currently we're wearing the Warrior's Heart. This will give us extra spirits in the battle. It doesn't have any stats on it, but Fina doesn't really need the stats anyway. And let's take some moss armor. An old suit of armor crafted from moss found within the Dark Rift. Okay, and now let's continue. So when travelling through here, we just have to make sure we never go through one of these red vortexes, otherwise we'll end up right back at the start and we'll waste all of our progress. So we're just going to look around for any treasure we can find. So we have heard that this place is supposed to be affected strangely by gravity. And we got a Dream Cutlass. So we'll be giving that to Vise. A legendary sword that can supposedly rip through the fabric of reality and make dreams come true. Well, our dream is to traverse the Dark Rift and to go beyond the sunset and find out what lies beyond with our own eyes. I really love how the music in the Dark Rift starts off really ominous, and then it gets this strangely polite and soft part of the music, which kind of fits the Dark Rift, since this place is actually a very gentle area once you're inside. You know, if you ignore all the battles, that is. And yes, we are now fighting within a swirling vortex around us. It's fine, don't worry about it. Right, sadly this time we're the ones to receive a back attack. So for the most part, all the enemies in here should be killed in one shot by Lambda Burst, but there are a few that will survive it. So we'll still use our Rain of Swords if we get the opportunity. Right, that's annoying, their attack can cause fatigue. Hopefully we'll still have the energy that we need to use Rain of Swords in the next turn. Yeah, just summon more of your friends to die. It's extra experience for us. Yeah, we could do a Rain of Swords, let's do it. And you just throw up a Delta Shield just in case. So sadly we can't stop their magic when they use it on themselves. Delta Shield only affects magic on us. Ah, don't run away, I'm gonna kill you. Right, so if we can't kill these enemies in one hit, then they'd be very annoying with how often they're healing. But that's why we have a Rain of Swords.
Rain of Swords!
Yeah, there's nothing in the Dark Rift that can survive a strike from the Rain of Swords, or at least no normal enemies anyway.
That was fun.
So at the moment, the reason why we're going for only green and silver magic is because we want Sacrulen to fully heal the Delphinius. And we also want to get Ryslem on everyone as soon as possible. So we've talked about that this is the most unique dungeon of the game, and now we can see why. This is the centre of the Dark Rift. And it's definitely an interesting place. And it's surrounded by Moonstones. And we have found the Black Moonstone. This rare Black Moonstone holds tremendous power. It can turn positive energy to negative and vice versa, but a practical application for this ability has not been found. There are rumours of a lost Black Moon, but the truth remains unknown. So we can assume that the Black Moon is somewhere down here in this crater. Right, so in this area there's several exits. That red one will take us back to where we came from, so we don't want to go there. That's for progress, and over here is bonus loot. So let's go this way. So I guess we should start talking about the Black Moon. Since this is the main mystery of the game, it's never actually explained. We can safely assume that it's one of two things. Either Arcadia itself is the Black Moon, or that the Black Moon once crashed into the surface of Arcadia in ancient history. Which one it is, I suppose, is just up to your personal preference. I personally like to believe that the planet itself is the Black Moon, and that's where the planet's gravity comes from. This should be straightforward, let's just Lambda Burst them.
Fire consume my enemies! Lambda burst!
Yeah, none of these enemies can survive a Lambda Burst. so we really don't need the Rain of Swords. It is a little bit overkill. Right, let's go for this treasure. So I like to believe that the Black Moon is the planet, and that all the other moons are, like, circling this planet and staying in the sky where they are rather than orbiting, thanks to the gravitational pull of the Black Moon itself. However, the Dark Rift could have also been caused by the crash landing of the Black Moon, if that's the case. There was supposed to be a sequel to this game, but it was never actually made, so I guess it would have explained it then, but instead we just have to have it up to a mystery. Hi mate, how are you doing? Sir, are you alright? Did you get shipwrecked in here? Who are you? I'm Vise. I'm a blue air pirate. What's your name? I don't know. Huh? I can't remember anything from before the shipwreck. I can't even remember my crewmates' names. It appears that he has amnesia, poor man. The shock of being shipwrecked must have been devastating. I wonder where he's from. It's you! Oh, thank the moons I found you. So Polly did tell us that she lost her husband when he tried sailing to the east. Your hair's a little longer than before, and you've got a beard now, but I know it's you. I never forget you. You're my husband, Robinson. Robinson? That's my name? Yes, that's right. It's me, Polly. Don't you remember me? Anne and I have been waiting for you for years. Polly? Anne? Wait. Robinson. Polly, Anne. Yes. Yes, my name's Robinson, and I remember. I remember my wife, Polly, and my daughter, Anne. Yes, that's right. Yes, I remember now. Oh, Polly, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried. I'm so sorry that I left you alone for so long. I love how many times we said yes in a row then. I'll never let you go again. Nor will I, but it seems like you're a lot more woman than the last time I saw you. You haven't seen me in years and that's all you have to say to me? Your name was Vise, right? I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Because of you, I've been reunited with Polly. Polly tells me that she's a member of your crew now. I would like to go with Polly. Could I come aboard your ship as a member of your crew? Of course, we could always use more help. I'm not in the best of shape, but I still remember how to sail. I can at least do that much for you. And Robinson has joined our crew as a sailor. So it's worth mentioning that if we don't have Polly in our party, then Vise doesn't think to actually ask him to join us and he just stays in here. Which is a bit silly. So let's go into our crew and let's get Robinson with us so we can hang out with his wife on board. See ya, Marco. Using the crew command, he will reduce the spirit point cost of actions for a turn. And yes, we just kicked Marco out of our ship in the middle of a dark rift. Don't worry about it, it's fine. He'll get home. There's a diary on the desk. I've lost count of the days, no, years since we were shipwrecked here in the dark rift. I don't even remember where we were headed. All of my shipmates have died, I'm the only one left. I often wonder why I don't just let go and join them, but there's something holding me back, keeping me from going. I can't remember anything. I don't even know my own name. I think I remember that I have a wife and a daughter. Damn, why can't I remember? I feel so empty. I feel like something is missing. But it matters no more. I'm doomed to die here in these swirling clouds of death. I've sealed my own fate for whatever foolish reason. Is this supposed to be a bed? It doesn't look very comfortable, but it's probably more comfortable than the hammock on the little Jack. Ah, we miss the little Jack. It's such a shame we lost that ship. There's some dried fish hanging here. Well, they look like they're still a little moist, and it's probably best not to eat them. Robinson lived here for so many years with nothing to light his way but a flickering lamp. Well, and a fire, Vise, don't forget the fire. And we receive a moonberry. I think we only have one moonberry, don't we? Yeah, we can't give Ica her next super move yet. We're going to work on Ica's super moves next. Well, let's get out of here. So Ica's next two super moves aren't as useful as Fina's and Vise's. However, they are still very useful, so we're going to work towards them. And I think there's one more treasure in here, let's check. Yeah, there's one up here. And we received 2,000 gold. Well, these guys don't need it anymore. Let's get out of here. And yes, this landmass of moss is breathing, apparently. Let's just get out of here as soon as we're done with this fight. Alright, this time we're fighting some green guys. So let's each pick a target, just in case they don't die to a lambda burst. Right, well, Vise does have very high damage, so that's no guarantee they'll die in one hit. Let fire consume our enemies. Oh, never mind, they died in one hit anyway.
That was easy.
So Aiko is actually going to get another super move that's even stronger with the AoE damage compared to Lambda Burst. So that's what we're going to work towards with our next lot of Moonberries. Because sooner or later Lambda Burst is going to start losing its impact and it's not really going to be able to one-shot enemies anymore. So that's why we want to get her the next move to replace it. And then her next move is basically going to replace Lambda Burst and kill everything for us again. Alright, just more of these guys. Well, we know the routine. Let fire consume our enemies. Oh, a few of them are guarding. Oh, that's annoying. I said, let fire consume our enemies. If he doesn't get one shot and then he keeps healing every single time I try to burn him, that's going to be quite annoying. Nope, they're both dead. Good.
We did it!
Indeed we did, Fina. Was there ever any doubt? So the Dark Rift does have quite a high encounter rate. So we could use the white map to get through this area a lot easier. However, we are running quite behind on our use of a white map, so we need to really work on our magic gain. Since we do want to make sure we try and learn Sakrulan as quickly as possible. Right, so we don't want to go through that red one, because that will take us back to Esperanza. Let's instead go through this black one. So it's worth mentioning that we found another discovery earlier that mentioned that the east and the west used to do trading, but the Dark Rift was right next to it in the way. So we can assume that the Dark Rift didn't used to always be here. So that gives credence to the idea that maybe the moon crashed down from the sky and caused the Dark Rift to happen. Right, are there any new enemies? No, these are the same as before. Well, let's fire consume our enemies.
Fire consume my enemy!
That was easy.
However, I think that the main problem with the theory that the moon crashed down is that unless it happened in very ancient history, the Sylvites would have known about it, but Fina hasn't said a single thing about it. So it seems weird that the Sylvites wouldn't have mentioned about that the Black Moon used to exist and crashed down into the planet. So unless it happened in history that even the Sylvites weren't around for, then, let's see, there's a red one over there and a black one here. This black one will take us back to the entrance, to that first vortex we showed you. So either the Sylvites are keeping it hush-hush, or they had no idea about it. And it definitely would have been an event that would have earned everyone's attention on the planet, I think. A giant moon crashing down. And we received an Aura of Valor. So if you're playing the original Dreamcast version of the game, that's the only Aura of Valor in the entire game. We have another one because we gave some moonfish to Maria's burb. Ah, we have new enemies. Well, at least reskins anyway. So let's work on these just in case we don't die to the lambda burst. Let fire consume our enemies. Yeah, these guys have more health than the previous lot. So we need an extra hit to kill these.
Over there.
I do like how there are these enemies that are basically just made out of moss, since there is so much moss inside the Dark Rift.
That was easy.
So I guess it's worth mentioning that this place is actually very serene and calm once you're inside, despite being such a turbulent maelstrom that's been destroying ships all these years. Oh, a wind gem ring. Oh, let's check out that. What does the wind gem ring do? Is that just an old item that just increases our defense or something? Boost defense and magic defense. Yeah, protects against sleep. I think we've already had that earlier in the game. Either that or it's just an upgraded version. And we received another moonberry. Excellent, we can give this to Ica. Creates a mirror-like aura that envelops Ica for 1 turn and restores 10 MP. Epsilon Mirror. So with this move, Ica can now use magic infinitely in this game. We can just heal after every single fight and we will never have to use a magic restore item. It's quite overpowered if you're doing a challenge run where you don't use items. So I do wonder if these giant moss things are enemies that we should just avoid, since we are fighting smaller mosses on top of our ship at the moment. Let's see, is there any other treasure before we go through that vortex? No, it looks like that's it. Well, let's go and loot this. I think this is a mimic fight. It can't be Sullivan Bane, can it? It is! Sullivan Bane, what are you doing in the Dark Rift, mate? How did you even get here? Ah, well, let's start this. Cutlass Fury. Let's just focus up. So I don't really know what Sullivan Bane's plan is here, because I don't know how he's going to get out of the Dark Rift after getting the treasure that's in this chest. He doesn't have a ship like the Delphinius, I don't think, so I don't know how he's going to get out of the Dark Rift. Some treasure just isn't worth it, Sullivan Bane. So I think we've fought this guy about 4 times so far, maybe 5. So we're just going to work towards a Pirate's Wrath and finish him with that, as per usual. Right, another Cutlass Fury. So should we increment? No, we shouldn't need it. Just focus up. Right, Fina, you just guard this turn, just in case he throws a grenade at you. Oh, never mind, he threw it at Ica instead. What a jerk. Yeah, the Pirate's Wrath should definitely finish him off. Okay, time for a Pirate's Wrath, and everyone else just defend.
Pirate's Wrath!
Oh, I think he defended then. He didn't take that much damage. Well, it wasn't enough to save him.
That was easy.
Right, I'll have to remember to change back to a silver weapon on the next fight. And we get a Zaor Seed. And what treasure were you guarding? You were guarding the Chalice of Blood. Right, let's use that seed and check out the Chalice. Increases Vigor. Well, let's give that to Vise. Yeah, so we need to get another 6 charms to level up Cupor, sadly. Right, what else were we going to do again? Oh yeah, of course, the treasure that I was wanting to examine. The Chalice of Blood. A valuable treasure sought by Sylvan Bane in the Dark Rift. Guess it wasn't really worth examining after all. Never mind. Oh, I guess I forgot to say what the Aura of Valor does. The Aura of Valor will fully replenish our spirit to the maximum amount. If we really need to use it on a specific bounty fight, if there's no other way that we can beat it, then we'll do that and throw out a massive super move. Otherwise, we're going to save it until the last boss and use it there. Since there's only about 2 of them in the game, I think, so we can't exactly go and waste them. Alright, this is going to be an easy fight. Let's just remember to change Vise's colour. Let's see. It's just these guys. Lambda Burst. Fire consume our enemies.
Is it over already?
Yeah, Lambda Burst does make it very quick fires, sadly. But it's very effective. Okay, and it looks like we have a boss fight ahead of us to escape from the I was going to say the Grand Fortress, not inside the Grand Fortress, but inside the Dark Rift. Right, it doesn't look like there's any treasure in this room. We're just going to check on top of this moss up here, just in case there's a sneaky treasure chest. I see, there is a derelict ship, but it's not a treasure, sadly. Okay, so let's head back down to the save point. And let's heal up the Delphinius. Yeah, it takes quite a few spells to heal the Delphinius to max health. That's why I want to try and get Sacrulen as quickly as possible. Did we use a Captain Stripe that we got from Gregario? No, we haven't. Okay, let's boost up the Delphinius. And we also got a new cannon upgrade. The 12-inch cannon, and it's actually worse than our 10-inch. Alright, we're going to keep our 10-inch. It's not about the size of a cannon, it's about what you do with it. Okay, let's take this guy down. So it's like we're going to have to blast our way out. Well, what is that thing? I don't know, but this is probably its home, and it doesn't look like it's going to let us leave without a fight. Well, then let's give it one. So, to begin with, let's just increm ourselves, and then focus up ready for the next turn. So, the main gimmick to this fight is going to be that he's going to hide inside this rift behind him. And whenever he hides in there, we won't be able to hit him. We can see that he's already out of sight, so any attacks we fire at him now will miss. They have a 0% hit rate while he's in there. So there are 2 ways we can fight him. We can either throw out our big guns on the turns when he's outside, or we can just fire all of our secondary cannons and hope that some of them land. And it's safe to assume that when he comes out to attack us is when we can land a hit on him. So it may be dangerous for us, but it's going to be worth it. So we're just powering up for the Moonstone cannon that we can see on the next turn, and then we'll blast him in there. So now that we've replaced Marco with Robinson, we can't use the increased spirit regeneration that Marco provided, sadly. Poison spray. Well, luckily the Delphinius can't be poisoned, but I guess it still is quite acidic. So too many of them and we're going to melt our hull. Fires, we're awaiting orders. Tell us what to do, Captain. Right, let's stay put and keep shooting at it. It might take some damage, but stay put and keep shooting at that thing. Good idea. If we move around too much in this place, it's so dark we might lose sight of our target. Right, let's fire off the Moonstone cannon. And then let's debuff the enemy, hope that he doesn't hide when we fire it out. Fina, you just focus, and Enrique, you start throwing out our 10-inch. So next turn it looks like we're going to be able to score a lot of critical hits on him. So we're going to just prepare ourselves to fire off all of our sub-cannons.
Moonstone cannon, fire!
You enjoying yourself in there? That's what you get for hiding in an obvious spot. It might be difficult to hit him with our conventional cannons, but a Moonstone cannon laser beam straight through the centre is going to get him no matter what. So that will hopefully bring him out to play with us, since it's going to make him think twice about hiding in there. Right, it looks like he's hiding again, so our sub-cannon next turn might miss, sadly. But at least it's going into the next round. Oh, he came out just in time. He's like, hey, what's going on out here? Oh no, my face. Man, he really wants to melt us, doesn't he? Right, it looks like he's coming out to play. That means we won't miss anymore. So we're just going to let him have all of our cannons. Look, it's coming out of the vortex. It looks like our attacks forced it out into the open. Now's our chance. Alright, so this is the turn we've been waiting for. Oh, no, not that one. This one. There we go. We can't fire the same secondary cannon, so that's why we have two. Right, let's just fire everything we've got on him on this turn. We might be able to kill him. So let's fire out our bombs. See, we also have a normal bomb. That's completely worthless, but why not? We'll throw this out as well. That bomb is from the start of the game with a little jack, so it's probably going to do like 400 damage. Yeah, it looks like he's going to die this turn. We're just going to follow behind and shoot him with everything we've got. Bite. And he literally just bit our ship. I know we're named after a dolphin, but we're not food, okay? Also, it's worth mentioning that that bite animation looks like he's coming out from a vortex, and the poison spray looks like he's attacking out from the open. So I think he's only supposed to do the bite attack when he's inside the vortex and vice versa, but he doesn't, so, you know. Ah, I feel almost sorry for it, but it did attack us first. Also, note how he didn't explode like the giant squid exploded. I still don't know how the giant squid exploded. And we get a concussion bomb, a heavy torpedo, and a timing valve. Right, let's get out of here. So before we leave the Dark Rift, first, let's just heal up the... I was going to say the Little Jack. Sadly, we don't have the Little Jack anymore. Let's heal up the Delphinius. And then let's check out that new timing valve we've got. It might be an upgrade to our twin propellers. It is. Quite a big upgrade as well. Standardizes valve timing to stabilize engine exhaust, increasing the ship's speed. Yeah, that's definitely an upgrade. You know what, now that we have a cook on board, instead of our floor heater to make it nice and warm, let's improve our kitchen. There we go, everyone can have nicer meals. Right, so now, before we leave... No, it's not the crew. I was going to check to the bridge. There we go. And let's check out what the Delphinius is like while we're inside the Dark Rift. The remains of so many ships are down here. It's kind of scary to think about it. So when we're in a dangerous area like this, the shutters will close, since there's a lot of pressure inside here. There's quite a few sunken ships down there. I wonder how many of those ships are air pirate ships. It sort of makes you want to go down and search for wreckage for treasure, doesn't it? Of course it does, Domingo. We've already done it as well. Wow, look at all of those sunken ships. There are probably a lot of ghosts roaming around outside. Vice, let's just get out of here soon. Yeah, we know that she hates ghosts. If we can safely get through the Dark Rift, the country of Yapatoma should be somewhere on the other side. You're doing alright, Enrique? You don't look too good. Ugh, the ship's rocking so much. Please don't bother me right now. I feel rather ill. Yeah, I know the feeling, Enrique. I'm not doing too good right now myself. I've got an annoying cough, which makes it a bit annoying to record my voice. Ah well, I'll deal with it. Like we're dealing with our problems in the Dark Rift. So while we're in an area like this, the doors to the outside will all close up. It's too dangerous to go outside in this place. I should leave the doors closed and locked. So all of the crew is either going to hang out on the bridge or in the mess hall, since they can't go to the lookout tower or the deck. So let's go to the mess hall and see how everyone's doing. We'll also catch up on Robinson and his wife. I really love this part of the music. It's so scary down here. I hope we can leave this place quickly. So Marida will dance for us on this platform here, give everyone such a good show. I never thought that I'd see Polly again. I'm so happy. Men, we need to work hard so we can take down Valuer. Yes, sir. So not everyone talks about the Dark Rift, sadly. He's more interested in Valuer. Get out of here quickly. What are you going to do if you crash into something? Ah, don't worry about it. We got Lawrence at the helm. He's a mercenary. He's not going to let us die, otherwise he can't get his money. It must have been tough being all alone in such a dark and scary place. I'm so glad I came with you, Vise. Thank you so much. Hey, it's no problem. You enjoying our state-of-the-art kitchen? See, can we check the menu? Today's specials, let me see. Mid-ocean style sauteed fish and the spice of the sky. Ah, that sounds good. It was definitely a good idea to get a cook on board. Right, so let's make our way to the deck. Because you may be noticing that we've been fighting things on the deck so far, but we're not actually going to be allowed out on the deck because it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous to go outside in this place. I should leave these doors closed and locked. Let's just ignore the fact that we keep going out on the deck to fight monsters, when we could just fire at them with our cannons or just fly past, you know? Don't worry about it, it's fine. There are lots of things you don't have to worry about with the Dark Rift. Right, let's get out of here. Do you want to take the wheel? Yeah, sure thing, Lawrence. You go have a break. Alright, I'll leave the ship in your hands then. And now it's time to finally escape from the Dark Rift. So once again we have accomplished the impossible. Just like escaping from the Grand Fortress and travelling through the South Ocean, nobody has ever gone through the Dark Rift and survived before. We're going to be the first to make history today. So you can notice that there's now a blue hue to the edge of this dark rift. That means that we've finally arrived at the blue skies. We did it! We actually made it through the dark rift. Well, I can't believe we're actually going to be able to see what lies east of the dark rift. We're making history as we speak. So let's check where we are. So as you can see, we're on the other side of the dark rift. So let's examine the dark rift. We entered here, we exited here. So we went through the very centre of the dark rift, and right here is where the black moon and the black moonstones were. They're the centre of the crater of the dark rift. So we can see that the dark rift basically goes all the way north and south, and east and west. And it blocks off the world, so it basically splits the world in half. But now that we've managed to sail through it, we can go anywhere in the world. So Yaphetoma should be somewhere around this area. But first off, there's a local discovery that's going to help us. So we're going to look for that. Oh, there's also some local fish. Oh, I don't mind if I do. Let's try and catch a few of these guys. Oh, never mind. The enemies here don't want us catching fish. Alright, I get the idea. Now, we're just fighting more of these guys that we fought on the other side, sadly. Well, we know what to do here. Let's just, Skull Shield. And everyone else focus.
Pirates of old, defend our cause!
So this will stop us taking any damage on this turn. At least from the normal attacks anyway. And then we're going to work up towards a Rain of Swords. Since sadly Lambda Burst doesn't kill these enemies. Yes, please, call in more of your friends. Oh, you failed. I want to Rain of Swords all of you. So the counterattack that comes from the Skull Pirate is the same damage as the actual character's attack. So that's why Visors was able to one-shot it. Since Visor's a beast. Yes, more friends. More blood for the sacrifice. Alright, time. We could do a Pirate's Wrath, but that's completely pointless. Let's do a Rain of Swords. And use Delta Shield just in case, I guess. May righteousness be our shield. And a Delta Shield. Yes, more friends. We're going to get a nice juicy Rain of Swords here. Right, so these enemies can heal everyone in their team, which is really annoying. So it's definitely good that we can kill them in one hit. I just wish they summoned even more friends.
That was easy.
Let's see, do we get any of those gold nugget things? No, we still haven't found any. I definitely remember getting some sort of item that sold for a lot of money from those Kenzel enemies. You have found the Ugasu's nest. Although this bird builds its nest in rock faces, for some reason they always travel northwards to human civilizations to raise their young. That is why sailors have learned to recognize these nests as signs that a human city is nearby. Right, so if we go north, we'll reach a human city, and that's going to be Yaphetoma. So in the next part, we're going to bust through this sky rift, and make our way to Yaphetoma under the blue skies, and start our search for the blue moon crystal. See you next time.